So, Rambo Last Blood comes out very, very, very soon, and Lionsgate decided to release one more trailer, but this time it's only a minute long, which is very surprising. Usually the trailers get progressively longer, and so I guess this is just a little hello, reminding you of this thing, go watch it. It comes out September 20th, 2019, so it's a little less than a month away at this point. So here we go, let's check this out.
We're dealing with an expert, with guns.
Yeah, you are.
With his bare hands. Rambo was the best.
I finally came home to defend the only family I've ever known.
You must really want this girl.
All she's got is me. She's coming home. You started this. I'll end it. I'm gonna tear you apart.
God
This is
damn.
what it feels like.
Wow. Now that was a fun trailer. I was, as I was watching it, I was smiling, right? And I'm kind of enjoying it. At the same time, my brain is going, ACHARA, there's so much blood and violence. Why are you enjoying this? But I am.
Well, Sylvester Stallone has always been a very likable person to watch.
Yeah.
Even if you weren't like super on board with his acting style, he was just always enjoyable to watch. There was a Basic Instinct movie, Basic Instinct, what the hell? I associate Basic Instinct with Sharon Stone. There's a Sharon Stone movie he did, I think it's called The Specialist, where he was good at like computers and blowing stuff up. And he actually ended up getting a crush on Sharon Stone because of the movie, if I'm recalling the history of Hollywood correctly. But anyway, the point is that he's just fun to watch doing action stuff. You know, Tango and Cash, is that the one with Kurt Russell?
I don't know.
You know, it's another one. I wish that they brought back the long hair thing with the bandana, and that would have been, you know, a nice homage, even if he's an older dude with, you know, because he basically Lethal Weapon 4'd it. You know, Mel Gibson cut his hair short for Lethal Weapon 4 when he had the long hair for the first 3 Lethal Weapons.
Listen, there's no need to be a desperado.
Oh, yes, there is.
No.
Yes, there is.
No. You reach a certain age, your hair starts to thin and all. It's like, don't try and hold on to the old glory. Just be who you are right now. And who you are right now has short hair and it looks nice and you're a badass. You're still a badass. That's okay. You know, we're behind you.
Did he have the bandana at all? I didn't see a bandana on him at all in this trailer. He needed something. You know.
I mean, they were showing us clips from the
don't get me
past,
wrong,
right?
by the way.
So-
I'm very excited. I'm very, very excited for this. Did we talk at all about how this is somewhat reminiscent of a Jean-Claude Van Damme movie that came out a couple years ago? I believe it's a Jean-Claude Van Damme movie where he's like works for the LAPD or something like that, and he ends up like dealing with some Hispanic gangs. I feel like that was
Maybe. I
don't
can't
know.
remember if we talked about it or not.
Jean-Claude Van Damme, cop, gangs, something like that.
All the movies.
999.
Ah.
Heist action movie. Is that it? That's not Van Damme.
No.
I asked for Van Damme. Jean-Claude Van Damme.
We Die Young?
Yeah.
Oh, you did see the trailer to that. That looked really cool, about the old cop.
Yeah, I remember that trailer being pretty goofy. Anyway, this one looks so much cooler. It's just interesting that you have these old school heroes from the 80s. You know, I mean, Sylvester Stallone came before the 80s, but still, like you have these old school heroes from the 80s and 90s, and Jean-Claude Van Damme did that movie a little while back, and it's about, you know, a dude dealing with Hispanic gangs, and then here you got Sylvester Stallone doing the same thing, but this ups the ante quite significantly with all the explosions and the Rambo techniques, you know, him defending his property and whatnot and setting traps and all that good stuff.
I think that ever since what was the movie, The Expendables? Ever since that came out, there's been this interest in bringing back the action heroes that we know, but older. And I think that's really cool because, you know, yeah, it's awesome when you're a badass at the prime of your life, right? That's way easier. But when you're, you know, verging on being too old, like when you're verging on geriatric and you are still like, I'm a badass, I love that. Like watching Clint Eastwood kick butt
I was
in
just about to say.
Gran Torino. I mean, I know you have feelings about that movie and a lot of people have feelings about that movie, but I don't know. I really enjoyed it. I liked seeing a crotchety old man just like kick some butt.
I don't think this is anything new though, to what you're saying. I mean, like, I was just about to point out Clint Eastwood. Like, we were watching him do action movies up until Gran Torino, and I think it's just a thing. Like, we just enjoy seeing these people we grew up with, our heroes that we grew up with, continue to do movies until they can no longer do movies. We want to continue to believe that they can be these action stars as long as humanly possible.
Yeah.
The difference between Clint Eastwood and Sylvester Stallone, though, is Sylvester Stallone still looks very formidable in terms of his just stature, his size. He looks like he's not someone you want to mess with. And so he's got all that behind him. I suppose the same with Van Damme a bit, but more so Sylvester Stallone just because of his sheer size, and same with Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's like his size is intimidating.
Yeah.
You know, when you see them, it's like, whoa, shoot.
But Stallone isn't really a tall person,
No, he's
right?
not, but
he's
he
just
looks
like stacked.
But the way he's framed on camera, it makes him look like he's tall.
Right, yeah.
So
'cause you would think he's at least 6 foot watching him on camera.
yeah, my dad hung out with him on the set of Rocky IV. Through ways of my mom's uncle, who was working as the nurse on the set of Rocky IV.
Wow.
My dad was, brought to set as his assistant, and he got to hang out with Sylvester Stallone all day. And he said he was the nicest dude, but he's not that tall, And so he's like, he came up to my dad's shoulder like that. But my dad's a tall dude, so anyway. This is for another day. I'm definitely, without a doubt, excited. I like that they basically pulled a Endgame on this one, where they showed you, like, old clips with the new clips and, like, side by side. I mean, Endgame didn't really do that. What Endgame did was they showed you stuff from the previous installments and said, oh, remember all this leading up to now? And so, in a way, it's sort of doing the same thing, where it's showing you these flashbacks. But what's cool is how they basically mirrored the shots, like the framing and everything from the previous installments. I still wish he had a bandana. I still wish she had the long hair.
You're just holding on to that. Just
Because
let it go.
I think it could be super cool. I mean, what's his name had long hair in Iron Man 2? Even though that was never a thing of his. I forgot his name for the life of me. The bad guy from Iron Man 2. He was also in The Wrestler.
Yes, Mickey Rourke.
Mickey Rourke, yeah. See? That's essentially what he would...
Yeah, but it's not cute.
It's not supposed to be. It's supposed to be intimidating. He's a badass. There's a guy who goes to my gym who weighs 100 pounds soaking wet, but he's got long hair and he looks intimidating, even though just because he's like this scraggly guy.
Just because he's scraggly with long hair, you're like, oh, that guy's scary.
I don't know.
He might be crazy.
I don't
Better
know.
Stay away from him.
He is someone I don't want to talk to. He looks like a threat.
Wow.
He's wearing the skinny Franz Ferdinand pants, and he's like some former rock star.
He just looks like he's from the Ramones, right?
Yeah, you saw who I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
He's got the long hair and a bandana, and it's like, well, I'm not going to talk to that guy.
But that's not because he's like looking strong. It's because he looks like someone you don't want to talk to.
You put that on Sylvester Stallone, you definitely don't want to talk to him. You want to root for him as he kicks ass. I'm just saying. I feel like they could have done it, but maybe it's just outdated. Maybe they tried it out. Maybe they tried out the look, and they're like, you know what, it's not working.
Yeah.
Who cares what Jaby Koay wants?
Yeah, no one cares.
That was part of the discussion and the marketing,
They were like, no,
My
Jaby
name-
Koay wants it.
Yeah.
We definitely cannot do it.
Yeah.
I liked the music in this trailer, though. I thought that they cut it to the music really well, and it was just kind of like, woo, yeah. I didn't know if I should cheer or not, because I kind of felt like maybe I should, but I thought like that would maybe be a little bit too extra.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh, this is quite thrilling.
There's also something really cool about seeing him prepare his arsenal, prepare his weapons.
Yes.
Like when he's cutting his stakes, his vampire darts.
Yeah, what are you doing? Where are the vampires? I mean, if that is part of the movie, I am definitely into it, but it's probably not.
Well, you're also anticipating more pain when you see stuff like that. When you see these objects that are sharp but blunt, but you know that they're supposed to pierce your skin.
Well, yeah, because it's coming at such velocity.
Right.
Like that is the only way to go.
You're ready to feel like the cringe, and I mean that in a good way, like the ooh and the ahs as he's like going ripping through people left and right and center. They don't know what they're up against, but we do.
Yeah,
So, anyway.
they're in for a world of hurt.
Yes. All right. As we continue to be cheesy, let's close this out. You guys, thanks so much for hanging out with us. Do check out ACHARA, KIRK, and the Jabs if you feel like doing that on the social media. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Check out our other reactions, reviews, short films, vlogs, interviews. I am Jaby Koay. This is
ACHARA, KIRK.
Peace out. And the interview I'm referring to, the one interview, is with Ryan George. If you all are a fan of his stuff on Screen Rant. Peace out.